All right, folks, we're live again. We're going to see if I can, without Jaclyn here, we had technical difficulties, and for some reason the stream wasn't coming through very well when she was here. So I think without her, I'll actually be able to do the stream. So I'm going to try to do my show without her here. I apologize to Jaclyn Glenn. I had so many questions. Fuck, god damn it. Like, I stayed up all night and we tried to work out all these issues. I have my tech guy, Robin, really fucking cool guy, literally stayed up with me last night for like 6 hours working all these fucking bugs out. But for some reason, I don't know if it's my connection or what the fuck the deal is, but as you saw, it sucked ass. So I'm just going to try to do the show now by myself and maybe reschedule Jaclyn for next week. God damn it. I'm so sleepy too. No, we're done, Jaclyn, if you can hear me. She messaged me. Let me message her back. Well, I guess I'm live, so she'll get the picture. So anyway, folks, I was up all night working on these problems, and I was trying to get some sleep today, so I'm really fucking tired. But I didn't get any sleep because I got all distracted by the fucking PewDiePie bullshit. Yeah, so for those of you who are on Twitter, you know Twitter's just for like shit posting and talking shit about people, right? Like, it's no big deal. Like, it's no offense meant to anybody. You just kind of talk shit about people, and people talk shit about me, and it's fun, right? So somebody sent me, let me see if I can pull it up over here. As always, if you see porn on my computer, just ignore it, because there is plenty of fucking porn on my computer, all right? Let me scroll the picture, see if I can find it here. Boom, that's not it. We'll talk about that. Here we go. I'll go ahead and make this bigger. Blow this shit up. So somebody sent me this picture, and this is a list of people that PewDiePie was following. And it's pretty much almost every pundit that he was following was conservative. Like, he followed like 500 people, but the vast majority of pundits were all conservative shitheads, in my opinion. And so basically I was just giving him shit about this, and I was like, fuck PewDiePie! And I put this up there, and let's see the people he's following. Like, he's following Jordan Peterson, who he kind of sucked Jordan Peterson's dick, but he did a review of his book, 12 Rules for Life. But you know, Jordan Peterson is the psychologist from Canada, who lied and misrepresented Bill C-16 to pretend like trans people were trying to put people in jail for simply accidentally misgendering them, or he even said that making fun of somebody's fashion was a hate crime. All kinds of total ridiculous bullshit. And his direct lies and misrepresentations caused incredible amounts of hate towards trans people. You can find this out for yourself. All you had to do is type in Bill C-16 and trans into Twitter search and look at the, a couple years ago when he came out with this shit and just see the tremendous amount of hate trans people got from his lies. The Canadian Bar Association actually had to come out because so many trans people were being hated on because of what Jordan Peterson's saying, and basically said, no, Jordan Peterson has no idea what the fuck he's talking about. We're the most respected legal body in Canada, and here's the truth. Jordan Peterson's a fucking idiot. So that was one person he's following. He seems really seems like him. Ben Shapiro, who is the anti-gay bigot, Jewish, what do they call it? The ones that think Jews are the chosen people. And Steven Crowder, who is a global warming denier and also anti-gay, PewDiePie following him. I don't know much about Alpha Omega Sin. Like I said, I didn't put this together. Somebody else did. I just posted it. And Count Dankula, who is the Nazi pug guy, member of the hard right party UKIP. Lauren Southern, who is the one who put out the video for the Great Replacement, which is what the New Zealand shooter had as one of his main gripes to why he was killing people, was because of the Great Replacement. She made a video that basically was completely full of lies. If you guys ever get a chance, Google the Great Replacement Sean. Sean Jen did an excellent video, fucking debunked the fuck out of her shit, how she was lying. She actually took a source from a Holocaust denying Nazi. Literally, a Holocaust denying Nazi was one of her main sources. Just a fucking piece of shit video that basically was set up to demonize immigrants and spread fear about them, and the kind of shit that radicalizes people, right? So, and of course, this is the same guy that gave a shout out to PewDiePie, is the same one that, believed in the Great Replacement, the Lauren Southern talking point. So he was following her. Lacey Green is kind of, she's not like really a conservative. She's kind of liberal too, but she's kind of taken the red pill somewhat. And she's been canceled by a lot of the left because she's a TERF, I guess, if you know what that is. Brittany Pettibone, who is kind of alt-right adjacent, kind of like white nationalist light. She's kind of white nationalist, but says she's not one of those people. JonTron, who I'm having Destiny on. If I get the fucking bugs worked out on my system, god damn it, I'm gonna have Destiny on Friday. Destiny did a debate with JonTron where he destroyed him, and JonTron kind of said some racist shit, in my opinion, and we'll talk about that. Stefan Molyneux or Molyneux, or how the fuck you pronounce his name? I call him Mule-Nuts. Totally gone white identitarian, white nationalist. Also, PewDiePie follows him. Paul Joseph Watson, who's been spreading the great replacement, white genocide bullshit to spread fear against Muslims and immigrants lately real hard. Notch, who is the dipshit who made Minecraft, who believes in all kinds of conspiracy theories like Pizzagate, just a right-wing nut job. Dave Rubin, who is also, you guys know who Dave Rubin is, basically. He never met a conservative he didn't like. He also takes money from billionaires. One of the billionaires he takes money from is a preacher, a hate preacher, who teaches that gay people are the same as people who commit bestiality and pedophilia. So this is a gay guy who takes money from those kind of pieces of shit because he's such a fucking sellout. Ian Mouse Chong, who's another right-wing pundit on Twitter, a guy who literally tried to get Andy Warski killed by swatting him. Nick Monroe, who I don't know. Keemstar, who's another one of these drama queen assholes. Ethan Klein, I don't really have much against him. I do know people don't like him because they think he's transphobic, and I do know that he's kind of on Jordan Peterson's nuts, but I don't think he's that bad. And Boogie, who is kind of a centrist, but he's kind of anti-SJW dipshit. He says a lot of really stupid stuff. But anyway, we were just kind of giving PewDiePie shit about this, you know. Fuck you, PewDiePie, for following all these right-wing motherfuckers. And PewDiePie's been taking a lot of shit lately anyway because he's really popular on 4chan, and 4chan and 8chan are the place where a lot of these recent mass shooters have been being radicalized. And there's a reason that he's popular on these places, because he does kind of fit into their edgelord style that they love, and he does follow a shitload of right-wing pundits, which fits into that crowd that the crowd loves so much. So anyway, we're giving a shit about that, and next thing you know, PewDiePie goes in and he deletes everybody he is following except for one person, one group, I guess. It's some kind of K-pop group or something. But anyway, clearly he realized the shit he was taking. I think my tweet about it got like 2,000 or 3,000 likes and a bunch of fucking retweets, and it wasn't just me that was retweeting, you know, fuck PewDiePie for his following all these right-wing people. A lot of people were giving him a shit. So basically, I guess he saw that he was taking a lot of shit, and he decided to hide the fact that he was following a lot of right-wing shitheads, so he started unfollowing everybody. And so now all his fans are mad at me because they think I'm responsible for this, and like my Twitter is fucking going off the goddamn chain with everybody messaging me to insult me over this. But, you know, it's not that big of a deal, guys. Like, I don't really have that much against PewDiePie. Yeah, I think PewDiePie is kind of an edgelord, and no, I don't really like his channel, but I don't know anybody who is really blaming PewDiePie for what happened in New Zealand. You know, everybody keeps saying, you're blaming PewDiePie. You're not blaming the person that actually did it. Why are you blaming PewDiePie? We're not blaming PewDiePie, okay? Now, PewDiePie is a very small part of the radicalization that takes place in these groups like 8chan and 4chan, and he is a hero in these places. And there's a reason that he's attracting certain shitheads, and he does. He has 80 million or 90 million subscribers. And so he has a wide range of people following him, of course, but a huge percentage of them are like right-wing shitheads, and there's a reason, in my opinion, that the New Zealand shooter was following him too, because, you know, like I said, his edgelordness, it appeals to the fucking 8chan and 4chan crowd. But it's not like we're blaming him for anything, you know. In my opinion, he does kind of need to take a look at the message he's putting out there, at the people he's attracting. I think he probably needs to take a long, hard look at that. But and he probably should just come right out and say, you know, if you're a white supremacist, fuck off immediately. You know, if you're in 4chan and you're like spreading racism under the guise of, hey, it's just a joke, dude, it's just a joke, you know, fuck off, I don't want you as a fan. He should really start fighting back and aggressively pushing back against these people that follow him that are problematic. But, you know, in my opinion, he's kind of a hoarder. He doesn't really give a shit who his audience is too much. You know, he just wants as many subs as he can get, and he's not really too concerned with the quality of the subs he gets. So I don't foresee that happening. So I thought I'd read a few of the comments. I guess I'll start over in here. You guys will see that. All right. Conservatives calling out racism and white supremacy that is being spread on sites like 4chan and 8chan is exactly what the shooter who was radicalized on those sites wants you to do. You're playing into his hands. And me, go fuck yourself. That's what they keep saying. We're just trying to call out the place where this guy was radicalized and the reasons he was radicalized and the methods that was used to radicalize him. And they're like, no, you can't even talk about that. You can't even talk about why they're being radicalized on these channels because that's what he wants you to do. Well, fuck off. Yes, we can talk about why these people are being radicalized. Yes, we can talk about it, because if we don't talk about this, how are we ever going to stop this violence? How are we ever going to fucking fight back against these people who don't talk about it? If that's really his goal, if his goal was to have us fucking combat this shit, then we should do it. You know, that's what we should be doing. Fuck it. If that's his goal, then let's do it. And this is true. When I speak out against racism and injustice, I often get accused of virtue signaling. But honestly, if you see just being a basic, normal, decent human being as virtue signaling, it's probably because you're a giant piece of shit. And that's what's happened to me a lot. Everybody's like, oh, you're just virtue signaling. I'm just being a normal fucking person. I don't need a pat on the back just for being a normal person. I'm not virtue signaling for speaking out against fucking injustice and racism. That's just normal shit. And if you really think that's virtue signaling, that says a lot more about you than me. And I know I spelled the word decent. I spelled dissent instead, so just ignore that. And this is what somebody else said about, people were like, what does it matter who PewDiePie follows? And somebody said, well, I went through his whole follow list, and no, he spliced them together. I guess he's talking about me, but I didn't really make that picture. Somebody else did. But anyway, but they are literally the only political pundits PewDiePie follows. I didn't even think he was a white nationalist before, but I'm suspicious now. Now, I don't think PewDiePie is a white nationalist. I think he's just your typical edgelord anti-SJW. You know, I think it's incredibly popular still on YouTube, and I think because of that, PewDiePie follows all these anti-SJW edgelords, and that's like a lot of what he sees in his feeds, and that's what a lot of when what you absorb goes into your mind, and that's what you tend to put back out into the universe, and I think that's mainly what he's doing. But I doubt very seriously that there is a racist bone in PewDiePie's body, and I'm not saying that, but I do think that he is part of the problem because he's very one-sided about the information he takes in, and that kind of shines in the material he puts out. That's why he's attracting these people. Oh yeah, no, I showed that. That's where he deleted every person he was following except for one. Yeah, and people were asking, why did he delete all this shit, And the reason is why, because he was literally following and signal boosting for Lauren Southern, a woman who put out a video about the Great Replacement, and who repeatedly lied throughout it in order to demonize immigrants, and even literally used the Holocaust-denying Nazi as her source. Then, the New Zealand shooter listed that in his manifesto as one of his main grievances before he killed 50 immigrants. And he literally gave a shout-out to PewDiePie right before he killed those people. And that's only one of the right-wing shitheads that PewDiePie was following. So that's why he deleted it all. I mean, that's exactly why. He knew he was in damage control mode. He's in full damage control mode now. I don't blame him. I would be too, man. If you're following all those right-wing shitheads and people were calling you out for it, I think it's a good move on his part. I think, he's doing the right thing. I think he should come out and, explain why he did it. He should, own his mistakes. I made so many I've said so much worse shit than PewDiePie. It's not even fucking close. So I'm not judging PewDiePie. Well, I am kind of judging. That's not true. I am kind of judging PewDiePie, but I'm not trying to be holier than thou because I've said so much worse shit, racist shit, told racist fucking jokes. I told anti-Semitic jokes. I said the fucking N-word in videos, man. I've done some really fucking cringy shit. And so there's nothing wrong with making mistakes. There's nothing wrong with it. As long as you learn from your mistakes and you own up to them and you go public and you're like, yeah, I fucked up. I've learned from my mistakes. I am no longer this person. I'm embarrassed. I'm ashamed of it. And I've actively tried to change. Then as long as you do that, you are deserving of forgiveness. And PewDiePie is the same way. I just think he needs to, step out and own it. Christopher Cantwell, the crying Nazi, put out this message. This doesn't really have anything to do with PewDiePie, but this is crazy shit that he's putting out there. I'm pretty sure it would be against the rules for me to say, he's going to say it anyway in a roundabout way, to say that would-be mass shooters should find left-wing activists and gun them down instead of random people in mosques and synagogues. He's talking about people like me. So this is scary as fuck. He's basically telling people to come out and murder people like me. So I won't do that. I just really want these people to shut the fuck up. And that seems like the most obvious and enjoyable way of accomplishing this goal. Like if that dude killed 50 Muslims in the New Zealand, how much did that change the Islamic influence on New Zealand? Not much. And he keeps going with this shit. But if you killed the 50 loudest leftists in the United States, especially if you didn't get caught and continue killing, these people would shut their stupid fucking asshole mouths. And that would save a lot of lives. All of these people should be in prison for the crimes they committed in full view of the public over the last few years. They bragged about it on Twitter and everyone knows it. They should likewise be prosecuted for sedition and treason. But when laws are not enforced, vigilantes emerge. You don't enforce immigration laws. People kill immigrants. You don't enforce sedition, libel, and treason. People start killing leftists. It's predictable as the sunrise, and you can't blame me for saying so. So goddamn, man, that's not fucking subtle, is it? Dude's literally calling for us to be murdered. How the fuck does this guy still have a platform? People's like, well, everybody deserves a platform no matter what they fucking say. Bull fucking shit. This guy don't deserve a goddamn platform. Not saying shit like that. Hell no. Alright, yeah, this is a list of people PewDiePie is following, and somebody wrote down, like, descriptions of each person. I already kind of went through it, so there's no reason to go through it again. And like I said, it's not really that big of a deal, I don't think. It's just something you kind of give somebody shit for on Twitter, because that's what it's for. But anyway, and somebody says, I'll be honest with you, fam. If I got name dropped by a white supremacist before they committed a terror attack, my number one priority would publicly and explicitly denounce the association, followed by eliminating any possible connection to them from my end with zero hesitation. And that's, you know, that's a great point. And that's what PewDiePie has not done, really. And I guess him deleting all his followers, all the right-wing people he was following and shit, that's a good step. But coming out and owning that shit and admitting to his mistakes would be a really good move, in my opinion. This is something I was going to teach Jaclyn about when she was on. But I give everybody else so much shit about this, and I was going to give Jaclyn friendly shit. I wasn't going to give her a hard shit. I was going to give her friendly shit. But my problem with this is, obviously, I don't think Jaclyn Glenn is racist. For those of you who don't know, this is the OK sign. And how this got popular was, it was a 4chan hoax. And 4chan, some people in 4chan said, hey, here's what we should do. Let's try to convince leftists that we're racist and that the OK sign is a racist hand sign. And so they literally went out and they made fake Twitter accounts and all kinds of fake other accounts on public bulletin boards and stuff and pretended to be white supremacists, and were spreading this idea that, hey, we're white supremacists and this is the new white supremacist sign. And I guess a few lefties fell for it or something, a few idiots. I mean, it's stupid. But then actual white supremacists started doing this, and like Richard Spencer, people like that. And so then other leftists picked it up, and they were like, well, white supremacists actually are doing this now. This actually has become a dog whistle between white supremacists. And not everybody that does this is a white supremacist or is dog whistling to white supremacists. What they're doing, though, all of these people, is they're like, hey, we're trying to troll leftists and make them think we're racist. See how racist we are? And somehow that makes us win. But it doesn't. I mean, trying to trick people into thinking you're racist is like trying to trick people into thinking you're a pedophile. It doesn't make you look good. It makes you look bad. It's just stupid. And what it does is when you pretend to be racist and you hide behind the mantra of, oh, it's just jokes, man. It's just jokes. Well, what it does is there's a lot of racist people who also spread racism. And then when people call them out for it, they're like, it's just jokes, man. It's just jokes. And they're like, see, these people are doing it too. They're just joking around and we're just joking like they are. But these people are not fucking joking around. The New Zealand shooter literally did this. I'll show a picture in a minute, but he literally did this too. And these people are hiding behind this veneer of it's just jokes when they spread their racist fear and they get radicalized. And so it's time for us to stop pretending like it's just jokes, man, is a valid thing to hide behind. And you know, the people that keep doing this, you're providing a shield for these people, in my opinion. You know, you're adding to their shield that they hide behind and spread their hatred. And then they get away with it because you can't call them out because it's just jokes, man. It's bullshit. Total fucking bullshit. What was that? All right. Oh, shit. This has nothing to do with PewDiePie, but this is fucking funny. I don't know if you guys saw this or not, but Shane Dawson is having a fucking regular one today. He's like, I didn't fuck my cat. I didn't come on my cat. I didn't put my dick anywhere near my cat. I've never done anything weird with my cats. I promised myself I wasn't going to make an apology videos after the last year's thing, so I'm just trying to be as short and honest with this as possible. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, Shane Dawson? That's some crazy ass shit, man. So I just thought this was a joke or shit, you know? And then I found the fucking podcast, man, and like you guys can listen to it. I'm gonna play it, but I think Shane Dawson cummed on his cat. I think he's lying and he really did it. Like, it doesn't sound like he's fucking joking. I'm gonna play this shit, and you guys make up your own mind what you think. Let's see. Why is the audio not? Oh, here we go. Yeah, you guys see what you think about this. This is what Shane Dawson had to say about having sex with his cat.
Pull away and let me cuddle you for background.
Oh. No, my dog's
I'm a really needy guy.
No, the things I've done to my poor animals, they will never love me. I've done terrible things. I used to...
Oh, no. I don't know if you want to go there, Shane. What'd you do?
One time, I laid my cat down on her
Are
back.
you going to get arrested for this?
I don't know. No.
Think about it.
I don't think so.
Okay, go ahead.
I didn't penetrate. I laid the cat down on her back,
didn't
and then
penetrate.
I
Whoa.
moved her little chicken legs, like, spread open or whatever. And I was like, if I just, like, hump, but, like, on her tummy, like, that's not weird. Like, whatever. And then I humped it, and it kept going, and I came all over the cat.
No, you did
It
not.
was, like, my first sexual experience.
No
I was also,
way.
like, 19, so it's like,
Wait a minute.
Wait a second. Did you just say you came on a cat?
Guys, I think I have to put money in the meter.
Yeah, right?
But who likes cats? I never did anything like that. Well, I never did anything crazy like that.
Maybe
to my
that's
dog.
why you don't like pussy anymore.
No, the
Hell,
Wait,
Okay, that doesn't sound like he's joking to me. That sounds like he's serious. And maybe, like, I don't know his sense of humor. Maybe that's just him joking. But it sounds like this dude came on his cat. That's what it sounds like to me. That's some fucking creepy-ass shit right there. Get your shit together, Shane Dawson. All right, we're going to look at the super chats now, see if I got any super chat money. Okay, we already asked the question to Jaclyn Glenn. Thank you, Parker Acquire, for asking that question. I got $20 from Day6 Beach Fox. Don't be numb for being a hypocrite. Those are the leaders we look out to nowadays. Don't be numb for being a hypocrite. I'm a hypocrite? I don't really understand that message, but okay. I am Batman, $5. I wish black people weren't so religious. I am black, by the way. Yeah, it'd be nice if black people weren't so religious, definitely. But, I was talking to, who was it I was talking to? Maybe it was Dr. Christy Winters, or maybe it was Christiosity. One of those two I was talking to. And they explained to me the importance of church and the black community, and how, black people have been so demonized over the years and so downtrodden, that church is really a really important way for them to find community and to build each other up and to help each other. And I never really thought about it like that before. Like, I made my video called, Black Christians or Uncle Toms. And I really, it's a good video in ways, but in a way I don't really like it anymore. Like, I would reword it differently if I did it these days, because I kind of understand better. It's not just about the religion. It's about how they need that community, because it's the only way that they can, get the support they need in the society. So, I understand it both ways, though. $5 from Samuel Whitman. Oh, no, 1999. All right, Ruben McCack. Paper towel money. Thank you, Ruben. Yes, we go through, like I said last time, we go through like 5 or 6 rolls of paper towels every couple of days, because these animals are continuously pissing and shitting everywhere. So thank you. I'll definitely put that to good use. I appreciate it. Dusty, tell me you love me and you're jealous of my wiener. Man, I'm totally jealous of your wiener. That thing's awesome. I want it in and around my face, all over the place. All right. $6. You really should have stayed in Denver. The South is kind of shit. Yeah, Denver was cool, but, like, I enjoyed the South, too. It has its pros. Like, a lot of people are Christians around here, but Christians are actually pretty nice, in my opinion. I talk a lot of shit about them, and I talk mainly shit about the ones that do bad things. But for the most part, they're pretty fucking nice, and I like them, and living around here is pretty chill. Like, Southern hospitality is a real thing. So, Denver was cool, but Mississippi's cool, too. All right, so those are the super chats now. If you guys want me to read your super chats, please send me messages and I will read that motherfucking shit. What else? Oh yeah, the Gotcha Boys. The first episode of the Gotcha Boys is out. There's a link to the Gotcha Boys channel in the description. You guys can go there and check it out. That's my new podcast that I'm doing with Vadim and Tim Blake, Tim the Motivator, and I think it's going pretty good. We got a lot of good comments so far, and so I'm excited about doing the show with these guys. It's really heavily edited. And this is kind of more back to the New Zealand shooter, the radicalization that's happened a lot lately. People keep crying about how divided we are and accusing me of dividing us further. As long as there are white supremacists openly spreading hate and fear, we fucking should be divided. I want to be divided from these people and their enablers as far as humanly possible. Everyone should. That's the truth, man. Don't fucking tell me we're being divided. You're dividing us. Yeah, I'm fucking dividing us. I want to be divided from these motherfuckers. We need to be divided. We need to ostracize these motherfuckers, peer pressure is a great way to make change, Social pressure, making people pay a social penalty for their bad behavior, a fucking awesome way to make change. Like, other than, like, money and, like, pain and shit, peer pressure is a great fucking motivator. Probably the third best motivator that there is, so I'm all for it. We're going to look at Reddit in a minute, but let's see what else we got here. I already showed that. I guess I'll get rid of that. That was him fucking his cat. I don't know, Shane Dawson, dude, weird. H-Bomber guy, if you don't know him, he's pretty cool. I would check him out if you guys have a minute or two. He's part of the new Left Tube, which I really like. There's a very few channels that have actually been able to stand up and make a headway on YouTube these days, because YouTube is almost totally been taken over by the right. I'm guessing because they're really heavily funded, but also the anti-SJW stuff is really fucking popular. So there's only a very few channels that have actually been able to become popular that are on the left, and H-Bomber God's one of them, like ContraPoints is one of them, Sean Jen is one of them, Destiny, who hopefully I'll be talking to on Friday at 8 p.m. Central. Guys, join me for that if I can work my fucking shit out. So I'm really proud to see these guys do what I was unable to do. I kind of tried to build up my channel as kind of a left tube type thing, but I made too many missteps, and I had too many people that are mad at me now, and I fucked it all up, so I wasn't able to do it. But really proud of these guys, and happy to see that they've kind of built up a little community that's doing really well, and they're kind of like the left version of the intellectual dark web, except they're not fucking idiots. They're actually really smart, making great content. Anyway, he says, just so to be clear, PewDiePie is not responsible for the mass shootings. No one of note actually thinks this, and the people insisting you do are afraid of having to think a bit deeper about the real issues of online radicalization. And that's true. We're not saying PewDiePie is responsible for this shit. We're saying he's a very, very small piece of what the fuck's happening on places like 4 and 8chan, and he definitely is. If you go there, he's like a fucking hero, and he kind of feeds into this. He feeds into that demographic because he's just one of these regular anti-SJWs now, and that's kind of his go-to. So yeah, this guy's answering another guy. Somebody says, is there an issue following an array of people to stay informed? And somebody says, he didn't follow an array of people. He exclusively followed far-right, alt-right pundits, ideological extremists, and other edgelords. Even if he was memeing, the sheer scale of his fan base makes those followers influential and gives visibility and support to a singular viewpoint. Yeah, see, he has 17 million followers just on Twitter alone. And he's only following 500 people, and the vast majority of the pundits on those, like at least 90% of the pundits that he's following, were right. He wasn't just following those right-wing pundits to get the idea of what the enemy is saying. No, that's what he believes, obviously. I mean, he's given a shout-out to Jordan Peterson. He's had, Ben Shapiro on the meme review. This is clearly the crowd he identifies with. I don't know why we're pretending like he doesn't. And so, yeah, that's the point. They're pointing out that he almost exclusively follows far-right pundits, and yeah, that's an issue. An issue with why he's getting the people he's getting at. And yeah, this is like, I hate to shit on PewDiePie too much. Like, I'm about to be done shitting on PewDiePie for a little while, but this guy has 80 million followers. This guy, 80 million followers, or 90 million. Like, this is what's fucking 90 million. This is worth like the most subscribed person in the history of mankind. This is what's worth it. Of all the fine content, of all the intellectual content, of all the good stuff on YouTube, this is what our society is about. This is why the fucking Kardashians are the most famous people on earth. Because this is what it takes to be famous. Nothing really. It's just kind of frustrating. I was going to talk to Jaclyn Glenn about the wage gap, because I saw she mentioned it in one of her videos, and I wasn't really clear on how she felt about the wage gap. And I think a lot of the anti-SJWs and the people that are more moderate think the wage gap is just a total myth. And I do think that some of the wage gap is oversold. Like, it's not that big as they claim it is. But there definitely is something to the wage gap. And this is a New York Times article that really lays it out. And basically one of the things that feminists bitch about, and they have a really good point here, is that when more women join a certain job, the pay for that job goes down. And I'll read it to you. Let's see where to start. Using the United States Census data from 1950 to 2000, when the share of women increased in many jobs, the study, which she conducted with so-and-so of the University of whatever, and found that when a woman moved into occupations in large numbers, those jobs began paying less, even after controlling for education, work experience, skills, race, and geography. And there was substantial evidence that employers placed a lower value on the work done by women. It's not that women are always picking lesser things in terms of skill and importance, Miss England said. It's just that the employers are deciding to pay it less. A striking example is found in the field of recreation, working in parks or leading camps, which went from predominantly male to female from 1950 to 2000. Median hourly wages in this field declined 57 percentage points, accounting for the change in the value of the dollar, or according to a complex formula used by Professor Lebanon. The job of ticket agent also went from mainly male to female during this period, and wages dropped 43 percentage points. The same thing happened when women in large number became designers. Wages fell 34 percent points. Housekeepers, wages fell 21 percentage points. And biologists, wages fell 18 percentage points. The reverse was true when a job attracted more men. Computer programming, like you saw in like Hidden Figures, that movie, was pretty good. For instance, used to be relatively menial role done by women. But when male programmers began to outnumber female ones, the job began paying more and gaining prestige. So now this is one of the things that feminists talk about. That's what the wage gap is about. It's not just about getting paid less for the same exact work. It's when more women go into a particular job that they actually get paid less. And it is a real fucking issue. It's worth exploring and talking about, and not just sweeping under the rug. And a lot of people say the wage gap is not true because women don't aggressively ask for raises in the same way men do. They don't aggressively negotiate their salary in the same way men do. But they've done studies that show that when women do this, when they actually behave exactly like men and try to aggressively negotiate their salaries, they're actually punished for it, unlike men are. So you can't just say, well, the women should have negotiated better, but it doesn't work. They're actually punished for it. They're not on the same level as men, and they're not treated exactly the same. So there is still something to the wage gap, regardless of what the anti-SJWs want to tell you. Now, whether it's as full-blown as the SJWs or the left say it is, maybe not, but there definitely is still something there to it. So let me go back to the super chat, see if I have any more. Couple, yeah, let's see. Oops, smacking my lips. I got to quit doing that. That is gross. Let's see, did you know Hunter Avalon had a kid a few weeks ago? No, I don't know anything about Hunter Avalon. I know he's like this new anti-SJW kid who's popular for some reason, but it doesn't really take much to be popular, you know, and especially in the anti-SJW movement. Like these videos shitting on Captain Marvel, they can just turn on the screen and record for 5 minutes of just them talking about bullshit, and they'll get 400,000 or 500,000 likes. In fact, PewDiePie, to further illustrate how anti-SJW he's gone, he made a video about Captain Marvel and, oh, the SJWs are ruining Marvel, blah, blah, blah. It's just so stupid. It reminds me of the old days where the Parents-Teacher Council used to go out and bitch about things like South Park and Family Guy and just look through TV shows and try to find something to be upset about. That's what the anti-SJWs do these days. They behave exactly like the SJWs they claim to be against. They go through these movies and they try to find some reason to be offended. And blah, blah, blah. It's pathetic, really. You guys need a hobby. A better hobby. I guess that is their hobby, though, because they're making tons of money doing it, so I guess I can't shit on too bad about it. Grifters got a grift. $5 for the kittens. By the way, that restream site made my stream lag, too. It may be that. Or lower your bit rate and output resolution. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened, dude. Like, it's working fine now. It was just when I had Skype open, it just wasn't working worth a shit. So, what you gonna do, right? I'll work out the bugs. It's only my third time ever doing this, and I'm still trying to get it worked out. And I'm really tired anyway, because like I said, I was up all fucking night trying to work on this shit. $1.99 from John Lebouf. Dusty, what are a few of your favorite bands? Growing up, my favorite band was the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Love the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Also, Sir Mix-a-Lot. Not the Baby Got Back stuff, but the old fucking shit like Buttermilk Biscuits and Square Dance Rap. That's what I listened to when I was growing up. Fucking love them. Now I don't really listen to very many bands. I still like Kanye, even though I think Kanye is a fucking crazy-ass dipshit a lot of times. I think he makes really good music, and so I like Kanye. People always think I'm joking when I say that, but nope, I like Kanye. American Bluezel says, what would you do if that Rudy Wiley guy who sold you weed forever ago decided to try to break into your house right now and you were streaming? I would reach over here and I would grab... Oh, I gotta... Look at this. I got my gun and I got a virtual reality controller hanging off of... I would just grab this gun and I would shoot him in the face. That's probably what I would do. That would be a bad idea on his part. But I'm not particularly worried about that. I was going to do an update on that situation. Let me see if I can pull that video up. That's not it. Let me go back to my channel. Dusty, you're getting rusty. Why are you playing those motherfucking video games? You guys can see my back end. Haha, you see my back end. Pun there for you. All right, come on, view. I hate this fucking new YouTube studio. You guys can see how much I do. I did like 2 million minutes last month. Not really that great. As you guys can see, almost everything of mine is demonetized. The ones that are not demonetized are not demonetized because usually they have like a copyright strike, and the people who put the copyright strike on me are making all the money. Let me scroll through, see if I can find that video. How long ago did I do that video? For those who don't remember, I got mugged by my drug dealer, Rudy Wiley, you motherfucker. I bought weed from him for about a year, and then one day he's just like, okay, I'm just gonna fucking mug you, and he pulled a knife on me, and he fucking, here he is. fucking mug me, this goddamn asshole. So I was going to update. People always ask me, this is one of the leading questions I get. What happened with you and the drug dealer? Tell us more about you and the drug dealer.
So this is not clear.
All right, shut the fuck up. I'll just play it in the background. So anyway, as those of you who watch this video might remember, I talked about how my uncle was the mayor of the town this happened in. This happened in North Carolina, Mississippi, which is the town I grew up in. So basically, my uncle was not pleased that I mentioned him in this video. I apparently am the black sheep of the family, and they do not like the fact that I'm an atheist, and they all don't like me at all. And so he was not willing to help me in any way. In fact, he put the word out that... this is what I heard. He didn't say this directly to me. I heard this from like a second or third hand source, so this might not be true. But I was told he was telling people that if I ever come back to my hometown, he was going to try to arrest me for some reason, which I don't even know what the fuck. So not only was he not willing to help me, he wanted to have me arrested. But he died. My Uncle Pete died. He got cancer and he's dead now. So I guess I'm off the hook. As far as Rudy goes, I heard he went to hiding, and a lot of the drug dealers that used to deal with him and like selling weed and stuff and hang out with him are really worried that he was going to like drag them down because everybody was on the lookout for him. So they, I guess it kind of ruined his drug business, which was good. Mainly all I was really trying to do was make sure he had a bunch of sleepless nights, you know. That's about as bad as revenge as I want to do to anybody. I'm not really that, you know, that mean of a person, to be honest with you. But fuck you, really, Whitey. But the good news is, like, I made more money off this video than he stole from me. And then one of my viewers actually gave me more weed when they heard he robbed me than I actually was going to buy from him. So it all worked out for me, and I actually made a cop friend here locally who said he's going to go harass Rudy if he ever sees him. I also got told, this is, I guess, on a similar subject matter, the guy who was like my bully when I was a young kid, he was like 4 or 5 years older than me, I think, but he was like one of the bullies in my hometown when I grew up. He messaged me and he told me that if I ever returned to my hometown, I would be killed. And then I was like, dude, are you threatening me? And then he changed it. He was obviously threatening me. He said, if you bring your atheist shit to this town again, you're going to be dead. And I was like, he said this on Facebook. I have the messages saved in case I ever need them. And I was like, dude, are you threatening me? And he's like, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm just telling you that these drug dealers now are looking for you. And if you ever come back, they're going to kill you. I'm like, bullshit. I ain't worried about that. And a lot of people were like making fun of me. They were like, you took that drug dealer over to your grandma's house. You're putting your grandma in danger. You're an asshole for that. But here's the thing. Look, Rudy lives 3 doors down from my grandma. He's a friend of my cousin Ken, who lives with my grandma. He'd been over my grandma's house tons of time, knows exactly where she lived. And I actually met him way out in front of her house. Like, she lives way in the back. And I met him way out in the front of the house in my car to go get the weed. She was in no danger, and it's not like I showed him where she lived. He knows her. You know, they know each other. So it's just stupid. People are just trying to think of anything they can to put me down, and I don't pay no attention. It's stupid. So anyway, that's the update on that story. You know, kind of a boring, didn't really work out like I hoped it would, but as long as he had a few sleepless nights, I'm good with it. So I'm going to go ahead and read some of the chat here. You guys can see this, hopefully. Let me go ahead and make this bigger. There we go. Okay, I'll scroll up and read some of the chat. I don't want to think you guys think just because you don't pay me, I'm not going to read any of your questions. I'll read some of them. Those retards don't even support a minimum wage increase, let alone equal pay for women. Yeah, that's true. Definitely. I don't understand people that don't want minimum wage increases. It's like, I was reading an article from Ivanka Trump, and she was like, I don't think people actually want a higher minimum wage. People want to work for what they get. I'm like, bitch, what the fuck are you talking about? You've been handed everything your entire goddamn life. Yeah, people don't want to make more money. That's definitely true. So fucking insulting. Yang is an advocate for a regressive tax to pay for the universal basic income and eliminating existing programs that's unacceptable. Like this Yang guy, he has some good policies and stuff, but it seems like for some reason a lot of right-wing people love this guy. He has like the Yang gang, which are these really fucking annoying troll people that always go around and spam shit about him. So I'm kind of weary about, you know, when you attract those kind of people, kind of makes me want to steer clear of you. Hey, Dusty, when you going to come be a libertarian, anarchist, communist? Leaving Jesus is the first step. Next, you have to leave liberalism. We'll see. Depends on what you mean by anarchism. You know, some people think like democratic socialism is a form of anarchism. So I'm a social democrat, not a democratic socialist. But that's similar. Not exactly, but similar. Captain Marvel was pretty good. Yeah, not too bad. Scroll down, bitch. TJ did an entire video whining about Sonic the Hedgehog. That sounds like TJ. Gotta love him. Hopefully I'll get TJ on the show, though, before too long. He said he was going to think about it. Oops. He said he was going to fucking think about coming on. So we'll see. I would like to talk to him about, you know, our past history and some of the things he said about me and some of the things I said about him. And he, like, threatened to beat me up one time because I said something he didn't like, which I think is really fucking stupid. But, oh well. I forgive. I forgive and I forget. I don't hold grudges. Why should I? Guns, guns, guns. Damn, Dusty, no punk or hardcore? Faith No More. When I was growing up, Faith No More was one of my favorite bands, too. And Mr. Bungle, I don't know if you guys know who that is. That was like the lead singer of Faith No More. Made another band called Mr. Bungle that was pretty good. Love that shit growing up. It's a nice back end. Thank you. Thank you very much. Dusty has a gun. Yep, Dusty has a gun. Everybody run. I will shoot you. Hopefully not, though. I don't want to shoot anybody. I don't want to hurt anybody. I'm like a peaceful motherfucker. It'll be like a last resort, me shooting you. And this thing don't want to fucking scroll worth a shit. This chat don't work worth a fuck. God damn it, chat. Seriously. Scroll. It ain't scrolling. Fuck, God damn it. This is ridiculous. Great live show, Dusty. This is working out beautifully for you, isn't it? See if I got any more. Here we go. Got some more super chats. If you want me to read your question, super chat is the best way to get me to do that. You should posted Rudy's IP address and social security onto Reddit and labeled him just to ruin his life. I'm not like that big of a piece of shit. I don't like. I don't want to like ruin the guy. That like just as long as he had a few sleepless nights and as long as he was kind of worried about it a little bit, that's as much as a revenge as I want to get. Like he took $350 from me. I mean, that's not that big of a deal. I mean, you know, hopefully he turns his life around and becomes a good person and nothing bad happens to him. Like I don't have no beef, to be honest with you. Dianode R's gave me $1. Thank you. $1.99 from Josh LaBeouf. Hell yeah, buttermilk biscuits. Yeah, the buttermilk and Swass was good. Yeah, and they did a cover of Iron Man, Ozzy Osbourne, Iron Man. What was that band? It wasn't Ozzy Osbourne. It was Ozzy Osbourne's band, but I can't remember what the name of it was. You know, guys know what I'm talking about. American Boozer said, "What would you do if TJ Kirk broke in?" God damn it, it scrolled up. Fuck. Broke into your house right now as you were streaming and said he wanted to give you a blowjob. I would say wait till I get off the live stream, TJ. Shit, dude. And then I'd probably let him suck my dick. Depends on what his skills are like. You think TJ's got good blowjob skills? I don't know. Might give him a shot. You should have put... you already read that one. 99 from Ruby McCack. It says, it was a bit sad when TJ tried to reban and go back to atheism videos and his anti-SJW fan base didn't support it. It's weird how the skeptic community seems to have views in line with Christians. Yeah, you know, he was one of the main ones that started the whole anti-SJW trend, and he made a lot of money and pushed it really hard, so I can kind of see why his fans would want him to go back to the atheism stuff. Full disclosure, I own AmazingAtheist.com, and TJ's success is my success because I literally make money the more successful he is. And I also own Jaclyn Glenn.com. I own both those websites. I built both those websites, and so Jaclyn Glenn's success is my success too. So people ask me, why don't you be mean to her and say bad things to her and ask her mean questions? Because I am a shameless whore who does not want to end my gravy train. Love your videos, Dusty. Thank you, Devious Devil. I love you. Noah Ish says, Dusty, listen to Richard Wolff and real socialism won't sound so scary. I don't think socialism is scary. I just think we're not there yet. I think we need some steps before we get there. I think eventually life will be like it is in Star Trek, you know. I think people will work for jobs not for money, but they'll do what they want to do with their lives, and we'll have robots doing mainly most of the manual labor and shit for us, and socialism will be much more of an attainable goal. But for now, I think we just need incremental steps to get there. American Buzel, $5 again, says, have you ever contacted Cute Fuzzy Weasel to see if he wanted to be on the show? No, I have not. I don't have their contact info yet, and I'm not really familiar with them. But if you'll put me in contact with them, I will definitely try to have them on if I can get the goddamn shit worked out. I'm thankful. I'm a faithful Bernie Sanders supporter. Yeah, I'm still on Team Bernie until somebody else comes along that I think is going to be better. I'm still on Team Bernie. I think that he is the best shot we have to beat Donald Trump, and I think he has some really good policy ideas that I would like to see implemented. First and foremost, universal health care. That is exactly what we fucking need. Something like 45,000 people die each year because they can't get the care they need, which is fucking insane. We're the only first world country on the goddamn earth that doesn't have universal health care. And it's insane. It's like, we can't figure this out. We're supposed to be the greatest nation on earth, and we can't figure this out. Every other first world country can. You're talking about an emergency? You know, Trump want to say that the fucking wall is an emergency? That's ridiculous, man. The fucking universal health care. Now, that's the emergency. Do you still hate TJ? No, I don't hate TJ. I ain't got no fucking beef with TJ. You know, me and TJ talk shit on Twitter, but that's what Twitter's for, dude. Twitter's for talking shit on people and just acting like an asshole, you know? But you're not supposed to take it seriously. Like, I don't have anybody blocked on any of my social media. You're allowed to say any fucking thing you want to me, and I won't block you. I'll just listen to it. I just take it, because that's what it's for, you know? If you dish it out, you better be fucking able to take it. TJ endorses Bernie. That's good. I'm glad to see TJ sticking with it. I remember Sargon used to like Bernie, but I bet he fucking don't now. He's goddamn changed into nothing but a conservative shill to pander to his audience. Let's see what else we got. TJ can eat a sack of rotten assholes no matter who he supports. Fuck that guy. Not a TJ fan, huh? Okay. All good to me. TJ and Jaclyn also endorse Bernie. Good. I was going to talk to Jaclyn about her friendship with Blair White. A lot of people were like really upset with her for being friends with Blair White. And I kind of understand their point on some of it. Like, and she also was giving shout outs to Steven Crowder, which... And she was saying how much she liked Jordan Peterson, which is... And she said she liked Ben Shapiro, which is... I was going to ask her about all that and ask her specifically what she liked about him, but unfortunately, I'm a loser who could not figure out how to get the shit to work. I couldn't even figure out how to get my goddamn green screen off this time, you know? Oh well. We're still working out, folks. Hopefully I'll have it all worked out before Friday when Destiny comes on. God damn it. Okay, let's see what else we got here. I was only going to cut the show to an hour, and people were like, no, dude, you should do the show for like 4 hours. You should do it all night long, because people either want to watch a video that's like 5 minutes long or like 3 hours long, because they either like put it on the background and they just listen to it while they're doing other shit, or they want to watch a real quick video, but there's no real in-between. So I don't know what the fuck I should do. I don't know if an hour is too long or 2 hours is what you guys want to hear. You guys should give me some feedback on exactly what you want to see. Because, I mean, I can sit here and talk for fucking ever. I got all kinds of goddamn shit to talk about, you know. And mostly this show is how I'm going to cover social media, you know, whatever the hot new topics today on social media are. And that's fucking plenty of shit to talk about. But I don't want to sit here and be boring if you guys want to listen to me talk for 2 hours. So you guys tell me what you want, and I'll do what the fuck you want. If you support the channel, fuck, you're the boss. Kubrick Lover 1972 says, love your videos, Dusty. When's your next month in religious bullshit? Do you know about Jimmy Dore's show? Yes, I know about the Jimmy Dore show. It's okay in some respects. I think he kind of shits on the left a little bit too much for my taste. He's kind of one of these, like, whenever you talk about Trump, he's automatically got to bring up Obama or, you know, some Hillary or something else to change the subject. So, but mostly I think he's probably okay. Although I don't really know that much about him, so I don't want to like give him too much of an endorsement, because then somebody will say, but he said this and this and this and this. How do you support that? So, I don't want to like give too much of an opinion if I don't know. Re-Empathy says, I bought this message to advertise my shit channel. Much love, Dusty. What is your shit channel? RBE Empathy, I guess? You should have put a link or something. I could have read it. Oh, yeah, the Kubrick Lover went on to ask, when's your next month in religious bullshit? Do you know about... Okay, I answered that. Month of religious bullshit, probably next week. My next video I was going to do was going to be about the Marvel fucking controversy. I, like, literally watched 6 hours straight of anti-SJW videos on the Marvel movie. It was fucking brutal. But much like Jesus, I suffer for you guys, and I hope you appreciate that. It's kind of getting dated at this point, but I'm still going to try to put it out. Hopefully tomorrow. I was going to put it out today or yesterday, but I've been trying to work all the fucking bugs out on this podcast, and so I fucked up and didn't get it done. So hopefully tomorrow it'll be out. And then after that, I'm going to do another anti-SJW cringe compilation video, and then after that, another month in religious bullshit video. But for those of you guys who are like, a lot of people don't like this podcast. They're like, we miss your regular videos, Dusty. We want to see short videos, and we want to sit there and watch you for 2 hours. I understand. Like, if you don't like the podcast, don't watch the podcast. The shorter videos are still going to be made. I'm just doing this for a couple weeks to kind of build up this podcast again, and eventually I'll be back to a normal schedule with the regular videos. I'm hoping to do, like, one video a week, so in between the podcasts, like, I'm doing the podcast every Monday and every Friday at 8 p.m. Central. You guys remember that. Every Monday, every Friday, 8 p.m. Central. Gonna start doing this like clockwork, so you guys will have a regular schedule. You know when to join me. And in between there, hopefully like every Wednesday or Thursday, in between there, I'm going to have a video out. So I'm going to try to do a more regular schedule. I actually quit drinking, so I'm much more productive now that I quit drinking. I haven't had a drink in like a month and a half now, which I was kind of a little bit of an alcoholic before, so I'm doing way better now. And also, I'm a vegetarian now. I just started being a vegetarian like yesterday. Because, you know, I have an animal sanctuary and everything, and I'm trying to be more conscientious and putting my actions where my mouth is. You know, I pretend to love animals so much, then I should probably stop eating them. And I got a video about vegetarianism going to come out. I'm going to be talking about the Joe Rogan show and how the fuck's that? I can never think of that guy's name. Ted Nugent was on there, and he was talking about veganism and how vegans actually kill more animals than meat eaters, which is so fucking stupid. But I'm gonna do a video about that eventually. But don't worry, guys. I'm not going to talk about veganism all the time. You know, it's going to be kind of like how I never talk about living in a all-black neighborhood. You never hear me say that, right? So veganism be the same way. Almost never going to mention it constantly. Django Fetts gave me $2, and he says, cheers. Cheers to you, Django Fett. How's it going, dude? Zendicrust says, thoughts on Zen meditation, Sam Setter, hardcore punk. Don't know much about any of that stuff. Sam Setter I like. I wish fucking what's that guy? Dave Rubin, you need to fucking debate Sam Setter. He's like scared to debate Sam Setter. Like I would love to debate Dave Rubin. Like anytime he wants to have me on this fucking show, I will go on that show because I have questions. You know, for every question he asks me, I want to ask him a question. Lots of fucking questions to ask that motherfucker. But before you have me on the show, have Sam Setter on the show. Like he's scared as fuck of Sam Setter. I don't blame him. He ought to be. Let's see if this chat decided to catch up. People who attack Dore are idiots. Okay, don't know that much about him, to be honest with you. Not eating meat for one day does not make anyone a vegetarian. Well, you gotta start somewhere, dude. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, when can I call myself a vegetarian? How many days do I have to not eat meat before I can be a vegetarian? Like, I'm doing good so far. Give me some credit, man. Give me some backup. Don't shit on me. Carter being an anti-intellectual is a given. Scapegoat the poor, immigrants, and anyone but the oligarchs that crap policy. Yeah, fucking global warming denier, anti-gay marriage, trying to take people's civil rights away from him, and he uses lies and fear to do it. He's just a piece of shit. Like, I don't know why anybody would fucking support him or shout out to him or be friendly with him, in my opinion, but that's just me. Joe Rogan is cancer. Joe Rogan, like, he has some rants that are fucking amazing. Like his rant on immigration and how taking children away from immigrants is like the worst thing you can do, and how he doesn't understand anybody that can understand like the visceral reaction that a mother would have when their child is taken away, and how you can be unempathetic towards that. And it was a brilliant fucking rant. And then sometimes he just sits there and he lets people say whatever the fuck they want unchecked. And it's ridiculous. Like when he had Jordan Peterson on, and Jordan Peterson specifically lying his ass off about Bill C-16, which directly hurts trans people. You know, so much hate was aimed at trans people because of his lies, and Joe Rogan just lets him do it. Doesn't ever correct the fucking record. It's just ridiculous, and it's, you know, it's a shame and hard to watch, and he should be called out for it. But at the same time, I think, you know, overall, Joe Rogan's pretty good. I think he pretty much just changes with whatever guest he has on. He kind of flows with the wind and doesn't challenge enough, and I think he, you know, should be. It should be brought to his attention that he should be doing better, but he gives good interviews, I guess. Can't really hate him too bad. He's doing great. I've been a vegan for 10 minutes. Yeah, so you got to start somewhere. Goddamn, Dusty, what you do this time, Dusty? I don't know what you're talking about. I've done lots of things. So I guess I will go over to... Oh, no, already talked about that. We already read H-Bomber. H-Bomber. Let's see what I uploaded on Reddit. Or upvoted. So, yeah, the Senate defies Trump, passes historic resolution to end U.S. support for Saudi Arabia and Yemen. Thank you, Senate. You know, doubt this will actually do anything, but at least you're standing up to Trump for once. It's incredible. It's incredible that people don't give a shit that Trump just supports Saudi Arabia and did not do anything when they came over and killed a U.S. journalist. And he pretends like he supports free speech, but he fucking doesn't support free speech. You can't let a foreign government, a Muslim foreign government, murder a U.S. journalist and not do anything about it. And even beyond that, sell them billions of dollars for weapons that they're going to use against civilians. And everybody still fucking supports him. Like, how is this real life? It just doesn't make any sense. Oh, this is kind of funny. Oh, China never changed. You know how, like, Americans have tattoos of Chinese words? They don't know what they mean. Well, Chinese people have American words on their shirts that they don't really understand. And this little kid's got one that says, "At least I don't do crystal meth in the bathroom all night, bitch." I want that shirt. I know that kid doesn't have any idea what that shirt says, but that's fucking great. Oh, yeah, this is what happens when you infight in your group. This is a good lesson to everybody to fucking learn on why you should support people that are, you know, like-minded instead of fighting amongst yourself. Because while you're fighting amongst yourself, there's motherfuckers who want to get you. They're coming after you. You know, they like to see us pitted against each other because it makes us easier to pick off. That's why the rich always try to get us to pick on the poor. Think the poor's... Look at that. Boom! Gotcha. That's horrible to watch, but that's what happens, man. Gotta watch your back, not fight amongst each other. Physicists turn back time by returning the state of a quantum computer a fraction of a second into the past, possibly proving the second law of thermodynamics can be violated. The law is related to the idea of the arrow of time that posits the one-way direction of time from the past to the future. Now, that's way above my pay grade. I don't have any fucking idea how this works or really what they're talking about, but that sounds awesome. So, good going, science. Please keep that shit up. And, you've heard about this bitch. This is, what's it, Lori Loughlin? Is that her name? Yeah, Lori Loughlin. It's the chick from, what's that? Is it Full House? Yeah, Full House. She's like a multimillionaire, and she paid to have her children into colleges that they shouldn't have been able to get into. You know, Ivy League colleges. She's like, they arrested her. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but they arrested a bunch of these people because they were like bribing people to let their kids take other people who actually deserved it, other people who worked their asses off and, you know, really wanted to go to these schools, but instead these rich white assholes bribed their kids in there, and the kids didn't even fucking want to go to these schools, you know? And anyway, here's her bragging about what a good mom she is, because they always want to pat themselves on the back. You fucking bitch. Let's listen.
You know what I don't ever do? I never push my kids to, I always say do the best you can.
Yeah.
I was never that kid. My husband too, their dad. We were never like at school, you got to get straight A's. We were never those parents. I was like, you know what? Give it your all. Do the best you can. Because in life, if you give it your all and you do the best you can, that's it. That's all you can do. And that's enough, in my opinion. Especially with kids, I think we put so much pressure and stress on them. A lot of it is unnecessary. And I think it's important to just have downtime, free time. I never overscheduled my kids. I always gave them plenty of time to just sit in their playroom and, use their imaginations.
You know, I hate the term virtue signaling, but this is a fucking perfect example of virtue signaling. You know, I never push my kids. Just do the best you can. Yeah, bitch, you paid $500,000 to buy your kids into Ivy League colleges. Okay, don't act like you're the greatest mom in the world who did the best you could for your kids and raised amazing kids who were just smart and got in these Ivy League colleges by themselves because of the great job you did. Nah, bitch. You bribed people. You cheated. You cheated people that deserve to go to that college. You cheated them. I heard she got fired from Full House, too. Good. Put that bitch in jail. Put her under the jail. Next up, I'll skip that. Oh, Pete Davidson. Like, I never really fucking liked Pete Davidson too much. But he gave an awesome little skit on Saturday Night Live about the Catholic Church. And he says, Pete Davidson was right, and absolutely he should not apologize to the Catholic Church. I guess I'll tell you what he said. He was talking about R. Kelly and Michael Jackson and shit, but he basically said, they're no worse than the Catholic Church. They're exactly the same. So if you're hating on R. Kelly and Michael Jackson, you're not hating on the Catholic Church. You're a fucking hypocrite. And everybody's like, oh my God, he had to apologize to the Catholic Church. Bull fucking shit. He told the truth. And anyway, they said, anyone who still attends Catholic services is complicit in a worldwide child rape. I've said this so many times. Fuck yes, you are. If you give these motherfuckers money, you are complicit. They are taking your money and they're using it to cover up child rape, and they've done that from the very beginning. They're one of the most evil organizations in the history of the goddamn planet, and you guys are supporting them. You have no right to talk about anybody. You're fucking hypocrites. Anyone who still pays ties to the Catholic Church is helping fund cover-ups and settlements for child rape. I wonder if the person that said this is fucking quoting me, because I've literally said this almost verbatim in a goddamn video. So, totally agree. Thank you, R. Atheism, for quote mining me. This is... guess I'll play this real quick. This is when you love your fucking dog. This dude, runs into the fire to get his dog. I'll skip ahead. But, yeah, he runs in there. And, brave as fuck. I would do exactly the same thing for my dogs and my cats, too, man. I love the little motherfuckers. Much as they shit and they piss everywhere all the goddamn time. They're my little boos, my little babies, and I would risk my life for them too. And that's what this guy did. Let's see. Hurry up, dude. Get out of the fire. Let's go. Let's see it. There he goes. He got his little dog eye. He's saying, good job, dude. Fucking hero. Hero status. Love to see shit like that. You rule. Funny picture of Trump and his beautiful wife, Vladimir Putin. They're getting scary, scary good with this fucking deep fakes now. It's like another 5 or 10 years, it's going to be impossible to tell the difference between this kind of shit and real life. Look at that shit. I mean, you can tell it's not real, but I mean, another few years, they're going to be able to do some shit, and you're going to be like, holy shit, is that real or not? I can't tell. And everybody's going to believe shit that's real that's really not real. The future's going to be fucked. Talking about fake news. It's going to be impossible to tell the goddamn difference. So anyway, I thought that was pretty cool. Get off. Fuck you. God damn it. Okay, let's check the super chats and see how we're doing. Boom. All right. Jingle Fett, $2. Cheers. No, I already said that. I'm glad you recognized what the alt-right was. Yeah, I wasn't like, I made a video talking about how I was in the alt-right, but I was never in the version of the alt-right most people think. Most people think of the racist alt-right. And there was a very short window just before Trump got elected that the alt-right, everybody in the alt-right was calling themselves alt-right. It was like the new catchphrase that everybody was calling themselves, like Paul Joseph Watson called himself that. And I showed the clip where, or the tweet that Chris Ray-Gun sent out that he was talking about the alt-right is more about your sense of humor than your political beliefs. And like everybody, like there were black people, you go on the Donald subreddit and black people were calling themselves alt-right, and Asian people, Mexicans, like everybody was calling themselves that. So basically it was what I considered the alt-right back then. So I was never like in the racist part of the alt-right, but yeah, it was easy to see through. It just took a couple months to research it and realize what the fuck they were doing. Heard some dogs barking. All right, no more super chats. Anybody got anything else to say to me on super chat? Pay the man. Pay me for my love. I'll read your comment. All right, let's see what else we got. Back to... Yep, Trump proposes $500 million cut to NASA. So this is what the conservatives always do, right? They push through tax cuts for billionaires, and they give billionaires like $1.5 trillion, which is what Trump did. He basically put $1.5 trillion on the credit card on the United States national debt. It's up to like $22 trillion now. And they always do that to blow up the deficit so they can say, oh, see how high the deficit is? Now we need to rein in spending by cutting stuff for the poor and social programs and NASA and Medicare and Medicaid. That's what they fucking always do. They give the money to the rich and they take it from the poor. Fucking their playbook every fucking single time. And the goddamn working poor of this country that support Trump just fall in line and let him do it, man. They just suck his dick regardless of how much he abuses them. And it's really frustrating to watch. In Orlando this week, a 20-year-old mother stabbed her 11-year-old daughter to death because she thought she was having sex. She stated that she believes her daughter is now in heaven. Religion is a mental disease. Yep, it is a mental illness. Like, people argue with me about it all the time. It is a fucking mental illness. Not everybody is mentally ill that is religious, but it definitely can make you mentally ill, make you do shit that you wouldn't do otherwise, regardless, unless you believe in that bullshit, right? Unless you believe that you could kill somebody and they would go to heaven instantly and live forever in paradise. So that justifies you murdering them. People can rationalize anything to themselves, and religion just makes it very easy to do so. Canada set to lose 9,000 churches in the next 10 years, warns National Heritage Group. Shrinking congregations and rising maintenance costs force 1/3 of Canada's churches to be closed, sold, or repurposed. Hallelujah, right? Exactly what we want. I think the government should buy all these churches up and open science centers in every one of them, right? That's a really good idea. But good news, everybody. Religion's dying. Like we didn't already know it. We've been killing religion forever. Oh, and this is a new thing that's going around, and I fucking love this shit. Real popular all over Reddit, and it's the trash tag. And it's where people tag themselves. They go out to an area that has trash all the fuck over it, and they just clean it up, right? And man, like people that post themselves with trophy kills, like they go out and kill lions and shit, like they're badasses. They're the fucking scum of the earth. Instead, they should be doing exactly shit like this. If you want people to look up to you and think you're a hero, fucking get involved in the trash tag shit. I want to do that shit. I'll go out and clean up some fucking trash around my neighborhood. Hero status. Okay, skip that one. Let's see what this one is. They be evolving. Oh, yeah. Look at these fucking shoplifters. These shoplifters are getting cagey as fuck now. Full screen, bitch. Look, he pulling his little suitcase around. He's like, do I want to buy these chips? And got somebody, I guess a little kid or something, in the fucking suitcase, fucking shoplifting like a motherfucker. It's like The Thing on the Addams Family. It's exactly what it is. You ring, Mrs. Adams. Hilarious. All right, get off. Fuck you. Close, bitch. Too slow. All right. This was hard to watch. Police department searches stage 4 pancreatic cancer patient's hospital room for marijuana. Somebody called and said they smelled marijuana in this cancer patient's room. So these fucking pieces of shit cops show up and fucking harass this guy. This guy's fucking dying of cancer, dude. Like, what assholes do you have to be? Like, and I know that you have to do your job. If somebody calls, you have to show up. But what you should have done is you should have walked in the room and you should have said, okay, well, I don't smell nothing. You guys continue on your day. Have a good day, sir. That's what you fucking should have done. You don't fucking harass goddamn cancer patient because they might have been smoking a little bit of marijuana so they fucking don't die brutally in pain, you know? What the fuck, dude? God damn it. The problem is not that marijuana is harmful. The problem is that it's illegal. The fact that it's illegal is the entire fucking problem of the whole shit, man. That's why I got mugged. Instead of going to the store and being able to buy marijuana legally and pay taxes on it safely, I have to buy it off the fucking black market, and I get mugged. It's dangerous. You know? You're making this shit dangerous for us. Fucking cops, you're the criminals when you do shit like this. Oh, this is cute. I like seeing this, too. I like these little animal stories. It makes me feel good. I guess this is a cop. He's jumping the fence, and I guess this dog... I'll skip ahead a little bit. This dog got caught in this awning, and so he's trying to get the dog free. The dog's like, I don't trust you. What are you doing? No. So the dog's kind of biting at him a little bit, and he's like, no, motherfucker, get away from me. No. But the guy's still trying to help him, and the dog's like, I don't trust you. But I guess that's a cop. Good to see good cops for a change. And he's going to get the dog's like, no, what are you doing? Nope. Get the fuck away from me. Get the fuck. And he finally gets him, and the dog's like, oh, thank you. I love you now. I'm not going to bite you anymore. You're my hero. You were just trying to help me the whole time. That makes me want to cry a little bit, but I'm not going to because I'm a fucking man. So fuck all y'all. All right. Next up. Oh, this is cool. Elon Musk photoshopped on The Rock's body. Yep. Somehow it's fitting, right? Kind of looks like it goes. Elon Muscular. Yeah, he is. Rock got a sexy-ass body, don't he? Look at all that. That's some beef right there. Beefcake. Check the super chats. $5 from Gallic Kills. What will we do when we can't know the difference between reality and fiction? I don't know, man. We'll have to have some sources that we trust. A lot of people don't trust Scopes. I think Scopes is pretty accurate. Now, they've got a few things wrong, but a lot of people are like, no, they're liberal bias. But I've looked into it. Most of the stuff they say is pretty dead on. A few things, but, overall they do a pretty good job. No more super chats. So, let me check the regular chat, see if this thing is ever going to fucking work, right? I live in SoCal, and I smoke the best weed on earth, and it's 1/4 the cost of black market bunk. Yeah, I wish I could get it. I haven't smoked in a while because I can't find a good source around here anywhere. Nobody wants to sell to me because everybody thinks I'm a cop, but I'm not a cop. You could just Google me, dude. I'm Dusty Smith. I wouldn't bust you for weed. If you rob me, I'll make a video about you. That's about all the shit I'll do about it. Alley cops are big boys. Okay. Red Bill jerks off to Chris Kyle poster. Chris Kyle is awesome at military. We love you, Chris Kyle. You kill all of this shit. Dusty, a man. I don't know. Okay. He's a cuck, soy boy, beta male, feminist comedy cuck. Yeah, I am. Hells yeah. Proud to be. Soy boy cuck. Love watching black dudes fuck my girlfriend. It's fun. Sit in the corner and beat my meat while it happens. Hells yeah. See how long time is it? 9:25. All right, we got about 5 more minutes on this show. So if you guys want to ask me anything else for 5 minutes. Late to the party. Where's Jaclyn? We had technical difficulties, and I had to get rid of Jaclyn Glenn, unfortunately. She was good enough to join me. She's the very first person I've ever had on this show. And I wish I could have interviewed her, but for some reason, I am a loser who could not work out my goddamn problems, and I will work on that in the future. I am very sorry. Dusty is a bad boy, and he deserves to be punished. I told you I'd hook you up, Dusty. Okay, Rick B. Where the fuck you at, dude? Cops are pigs. Some cops, like I've had some good run-ins with cops. Like I've mostly had good experience with cops, and they mostly been pretty cool to me. So I'm not gonna really shit on cops too much, but there are a lot of bad ones out there, no doubt about it. Dusty, keep it up, man. It's people like you that make America great. While some asshole is trying to fuck her up again, send my love to the kittens. Well, dude, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'm just doing the best I can, like everybody else. I don't know how much of a difference I'm making, but I'm trying. Dusty, I got you. If you ever come to WV, I guess that's West Virginia, I will get you high as fuck. Thanks, man. If I'm ever at West Virginia, I will look you up and I will let you get me high as fuck. Everybody knows that the Cult of Dusty Sacrament is weed. We smoke it together in remembrance of me. So whenever you smoke, think of my ass. Do you still have a Discord? Yes, I have a new Discord. I think it's Discord, whatever, / Cult of Dusty. So, Dusty, love you, bro. Hey, I love you back, Doug. Thanks a lot, man. What would you ask if your stream only had 5 minutes left? Oh, God. What would I ask me if... don't know. I'd have to think about that. That's a tough one. Drawing a blank. Hard question. All right. So we're going to wrap this shit up here. I appreciate you guys joining me. If you guys like what I do, please consider supporting me. Like I said, I have a fucking Patreon. I closed it. Goddamn, Dusty. You had one job. Don't close your fucking Patreon. Anyways, patreon.com/CODcast. The CODcast on Patreon. And like I said, I have a separate Patreon for this CODcast because people who support my regular videos did not want to support this CODcast in the same way. My CODcast on these, my Patreon on these CODcast charges by the month instead of per video, so I'm planning on doing 8 videos, 8 CODcasts a month, so whatever you think's fair to support me, I could really use it. If you guys, like what I do, please support the art you like or it disappears. I would do this as long as you guys support me, and I really appreciate it. Let's see. Look through these things and make sure I didn't skip anything before I close the show down. Nope, talked about that, because I talked about all this shit. Oh yeah, this is one thing. I actually made this meme. But everybody that hides behind jokes, it's just a joke, man. Relax, man. It's just a joke, bro. It's just a meme, bro. Relax. And this is the fucking guy who killed all the people in New Zealand. Trolling everybody. Luke, Luke. God damn it. See, this is the problem. You guys do this shit, and you say, it's just jokes, man. And these fucking real-life racists, they hide behind these jokes. They hide behind this excuse, this flimsy shield you've created for them, that it's just jokes, and you can't really criticize them on the hate that they spread, the hate and the fear and the racism and the white supremacy that they're continuously spreading on 8chan and 4chan. And you guys should not let them have this shield. You guys should not continue to be racist and spread racist jokes and try to trick people into believing you're racist like that's fucking cool and shit. Because these people use that shit and they hide behind it and they radicalize and they go out and murder people. Like this is the 4th person so far to go out and kill people because they were radicalized on these fucking boards. Enough is a fucking enough of this shit. This shit needs to be called out. It's gotten completely out of fucking hand. And those of you are saying, well, you shouldn't call it out because you're playing right into this motherfucker saying, well, fuck you. Yes, we should call this shit out. It's goddamn ridiculous to keep telling me I shouldn't. Yes, we should. The only way we're ever going to stop this shit if we fucking call it out and nip that shit in the bud. And so I'm going to do it. I don't give a shit how much you guys bitch at me for it. Somebody's got to. So that's it. That's the end of the fucking show, folks. Let's see. Let me close this. Where the fuck is it? Boom. There we go. You see my pretty picture somebody made for me? And I love you guys. And I'll be back Friday at 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern. And hopefully I'll have Destiny on. If I can get my fucking bugs worked out, we will see what happens. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to go on his show and he'll have to stream it or something. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm such a fucking noob. But we're going to work it out. And I love you guys. And as always, until next time, Logic. Fuck yes. Later, dudes.